My name is Cate Osborne. I'm an undergraduate senior and I study history, environmental policy, and political science. COP29 is the UN's annual climate change conference. It happens every year. It brings together different parties to talk about climate action and the state of environmentalism more generally. This year it happened in Baku, Azerbaijan, and I got the opportunity to go through Professor Susia's research seminar, Research in Global Climate Change, which was supported by the Buffett Institute. I went to COP29 to study loss and damage, which is a financing mechanism. In context, loss and damage would be cultural heritage that cannot be recovered, loss of land from sea level rise, loss of language from groups that have to relocate, these kinds of changes that cannot be recovered with just pouring money into the problem. So I was going to study the meaning behind loss and damage. It's a highly contested topic. There are disagreements between countries from the global south, the global north, different constituencies, and I wanted to understand why these disagreements happen and if meaning making can explain how we can move forward. COP29 was a way more emotional event than I anticipated it to be. We were going there to do research. We were supposed to be silent observers, and I felt really angry, sad, leaving. It's really hard to be in an environment where there are so many people who care so much about this topic and there's so many clashing opinions, and to kind of be on the side and not be allowed to express your opinion, that really changed how I feel moving forward about a lot of these climate change topics and what I want to do about it. I think looking back on COP29 and the experience to travel to Baku, I learned a lot about myself as a researcher and what kind of work I want to pursue in the future. I really want to privilege voices that are not usually heard in these places, so I spent a lot of time attending events held by Indigenous groups, by women, by youth. These are kind of three main constituencies that are often overshadowed in climate negotiations, and that was super important to me personally. I think a really amazing part of this whole experience was the mixing of undergraduates and graduate students. It was super valuable as an undergraduate with not a lot of research experience to learn from these graduate students. They all bring incredible backgrounds and everyone had diverse ideas, and it really made for an interesting class and just a really enriching experience when we got to Baku.